and welcome to Rosy Crafted Colours. Today is my 6th colouring chat, I believe. Yeah, I think it's my 6th, and I'm really enjoying doing these. So thank you to everybody who has supported my colouring chats so beautifully. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, especially when you feel like you want to chat to me about what I've spoken about. It's lovely, it really is. So I'm going to do my colouring chat. So I've got with me my cuppa, and today I've got a nice spiced ginger tea, which is a Twinings tea. It's one of my favourites. My mum bought it me and I'm addicted to it. I love it. I really love the taste of ginger in quite a lot of things anyway, so yeah, it was going to be a hit anyway. So yeah, I've got myself a cuppa. I'm going to have a sip in a minute, and I'll show you what colour book I'm going to colour in today. I've decided that I'm going to give it a go of colouring in the same picture for my colouring chats for a little while and see how that goes. See how you guys like that, whether you think that's a good idea, I don't know. So yeah, because I had like really good feedback about whether you would like me to continue with one picture, or to mix it up and do different pictures, or do my whips. And basically the running thought for that was, you know, we're happy to see you colour anything. It'd be nice to see you do a picture from start to finish, but it'd also be nice to see your whips too. So yeah, I'm going to give that a go, and I'm going to get my colouring book. Why don't you pause the video, go get yourself a cuppa, go get yourself a colouring book, and some colouring supplies, and let's colour together. So a little sip. So yeah, I'll show you what I've decided to colour in. I have had this book for such a long time. It's Johanna Basford's Ivy in the Inky Butterfly, and I love this book. I think it's beautiful, and especially if you either haven't had children yet or you've got baby or something, because you could colour this book and it could be given as a present to your baby. Or if you colour it and you have grandchildren, maybe you could pass it on to a grandchild as their reading book. I think this was such a beautiful idea of Johanna Basford's, and I really hope she does something else like this because it's beautiful. But because of the way the book is, it's one of my fear books, so that's why I've chosen it, because I want to colour it beautifully. Because one day, I mean, I don't think I'm going to have any more children, but one day I hope that I may have a grandchild, you know, in the very far future. And wouldn't it be nice to give a grandchild a book that you coloured? You know, it'd be so lovely. So I've decided to use my absolute favourite pencils at the moment, which are my Brutfuner, because I haven't tried them in Johanna Bashford paper yet, so I'd like to see how they work. I'm just using the 72 set. I do have the 120 set now. Oh, what's that on my page? But I haven't completely swatched them yet. I will be doing a review of them compared to these ones to show you what colours you get new. So yeah, let's get on with that. So I'll show you the pages I was looking at. So I was either going to do this page with a little ivy, or I was going to do this page. Now, as I'm looking at it, this would be the faster one to complete, which would be nice, but this would be the more fun one to colour. But the only problem with it is it's I feel like I need to put something underneath it, because this bit is not anywhere near the table. So yeah, let me see. I've got Enchanted Forest here, so let me see if that might help as a sort of backing to this book, to give it something to lean on. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Yeah, so I'm going to colour this page, I think. I love this book. I think it's beautiful. So let's get on with that. So, shall I colour Ivy straight away? The problem with me is I always want to colour the main event first, and then I get a little bit not bored, but I've coloured the bit I really wanted to colour first. So what I think I'll do is I'll do her flowers here. No, I won't. I will colour Ivy. So let's get her a skin colour. So I think I'm going to use, I want her to have a really pretty peachy skin colour, I think. So I think I'm going to use 51. I tend to shade a little bit of purple in my skin tone, so number 63 would be quite good. So I'm not doing this as a colour along as such, but if you would wish to colour along with me, please feel free to. So I'm just going to sharpen this one because I dropped my pencils the other day and I've had a couple of broken leads since then. Not many, just a few. It wasn't really me, but it was my fault. I have a very large footstool in my, a footstool in my living room, and I popped a board on it and I've been colouring on there, and one of my cats decided they really wanted attention and he jumped up and skirted across it, slid across, and my pencils slid with him and a lot of them went carting across the floor. So that's number 63. I think I'm going to use, do I want her to be as peachy as 51? I want 13. 13. And I think 51's going to have to be used. And what should I do for her little pink cheeks? This is the most peachy. 70 is the most peachy, so grab myself 70. And I think I'll use 69 just to dye it down slightly, I think. So yeah, got my colours. I do like to do a little bit of a purple for the shaded areas of skin. It's I don't know where I first found that trick, but it might have been someone on YouTube because I'd never done it with pencil crayons, but I did go to college and do art and design, and as part of that I did painting, and I learned that cool tones fade back, so they become the shadows like under your eyes and things. Like there's not going to be enough room on Ivy here to do too much of a fancy gradient. In fact, I might not even be able to use all these pencils. I might actually just not do the purple. So I have all my pencils here. I'm going to move my swatch sheet out the way for you. So yeah, let's get a little bit of purple on it. So yeah, you can colour along with me if you wish to. I'm not really doing this as a colour along, but feel free to colour with me if you wish to as well. If you have this book and you haven't coloured this page, that could be quite nice, you know, to colour with me if you wish to. I'd enjoy that. I really loved hearing from people that they go and get themselves a drink and they get their colouring out and colour with me. That makes me so pleased. It's so nice to hear, because I do that with colourists when they do colouring chats. I get my colouring supplies out and I listen to them, and I do watch as well, but I generally am colouring while I'm sort of more listening than watching most of it. And I really enjoy colouring along with my colouring YouTubers that I enjoy, because it's like having someone to colour with, because colouring could be a very isolated hobby, can't it? You know, it could be very lonely really, because you're on your own colouring away. It should be a very isolated hobby, but through social media it's become quite a sociable hobby, which is really lovely. It's so lovely, especially right now while we're still in the UK, we're still in lockdown. So to find like a little hobby to do is so nice, especially a hobby that other people are enjoying and you can chat to people about online. It really does make the difference with the being at home on your own. So 51 I'm going to use next, which is my darkest peach. So I tried to be very sparing with the purple. I didn't want her to be, I can feel a sneeze coming on, I'm really sorry. Bless me. Yeah, so I didn't want to do too much shading. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this as opposed to the background being like a sort of day scene, night scene, or just a gradient of fun colours. I think I'll probably do fun colours maybe, but we'll see when I get there. That's not going to be just yet, obviously, because we're only just colouring Ivy. I'm not sure what colour hair Ivy's going to have either. Maybe she'll be blonde. Maybe, but I do quite like the idea of her having brown hair. I've seen this page coloured by many people, and it's beautiful coloured, you know, because there's so many details to colour. I just think the pages with lots of details, they always look so beautiful when they're finished. Anyone else think that? I mean, the simple pages do look beautiful too, but the pages with tons of detail at the end, they just look stunning. Like the original Kirby sort of style with lots of things going on. So yeah, I haven't bought Kirby's new book. When I saw it announced, I was quite excited, thinking it would be a bit more, it would be like World Within Worlds, you know, that kind of style. And then when I saw it, I didn't pre-order it because I wasn't too excited by it. And then I think the first person I saw to do a flip of it was Colour with Claire, I believe, and I wasn't really taken away with it. I'm going to use number 13 now. I wasn't really inspired to buy it. It's just too, it's a beautiful book, don't get me wrong. It's just that it is mostly just, it's animals with not much else going on, and that's not my kind of book. I do love Kirby's animal pictures, especially with the crazy doodles. I know a lot of people don't like the doodles, but I really enjoy them. And I think, you know, if you really focus on a very limited palette, those pages can look absolutely stunning. But yeah, I've watched a couple of flip throughs now of Fragile World, but it isn't screaming out to me to buy it, which is a shame because there's a few nice colour alongs going on for it, and I think it's Country Gal or something her name is, and she colours Kirby pictures all the time as colour alongs on YouTube, and obviously she's focusing on that at the moment because that's what she really loves. She loves Kirby books, but I just wasn't inspired to buy it. No, I wasn't. I saw Johanna Basford's flip through of her new book on Instagram. I don't have Facebook, but she did it on Facebook too. But if you want to watch it, it is on her Instagram, and it's still under her recorded. And you've got your like posts that are pictures, and then you've got your posts that are recordings, and it is on there if you wish to see the book in more detail. So I'm going to use that 69 now, which is like a cream, I'm not sure about the skin just yet. I'm not sure if I need to go over with some bits and bobs first and get a bit more shading on or whatever. But yeah, she did a flip through of is it World of Wonder, and I love it. The only thing is, to me, it doesn't really look like Johanna Basford's style, which is, you know, our style. If you draw or you colour, your style does change over time, but it does look, it is lovely. It's sort of like she's mixed her style with someone like Hannah Carlson. Not that she's copied Hannah Carlson, but there's similarities there between what she's, I think it's because she's done lots of little houses, and Hannah Carlson has got a lot of little houses in her books too. But yeah, the book looks really good. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm really excited for it. I like that there's quite a lot of simple pages. I don't really want to spend hours and hours colouring minute details that you do sometimes get in Johanna's books. But yeah, I got her mini Enchanted Forest. It came through the post. It came a bit earlier than I was expecting it, which was nice. But I was disappointed to find that the page that I really wanted to redo wasn't in there. They've taken that page out, which was the title page in the original book, and I was a little bit disappointed to find that because I really wanted to redo that page, but that's okay. I won't be able to. But it's really sweet. I think they've took a few of the really over the top detailed pages out to make it a bit easier to colour, because the Secret Garden miniature one was very detailed still, and they've added a couple of pictures that weren't in Enchanted Forest. So I'm really happy with it. I was just disappointed to find that page that I really wanted to do wasn't there, so that was a little bit disappointing for me. But other than that, the book looks lovely. No complaints from me. It's really cute, and I think I'm definitely gonna be colouring in that one. I bought the Secret Garden one, which was a bit silly because I didn't really like the Secret Garden book, so I don't know why I actually bought it. But it was nice. It is a nice book, but I think with the Secret Garden one, it's so finely detailed, and also there's a lot of the, you know, draw in here, draw in there, which a lot of the artists are leaving out of their books now because they realise that most colourists don't want to. I'm just using my number 70 now to give her some little rosy cheeks. Most colouring book colourists don't really want to draw in their colouring books. Some people that colour do draw, others don't, but the people that draw tend to want to draw in their own way. They don't want to be forced to in the colouring, because to me, colouring is its own hobby. It's separate from drawing. Drawing is another hobby. So I'm glad that a lot of the colouring book artists have decided that that's not something, it's not something you see as much anymore, which is really nice, because as I said, when I colour, I want to colour. I don't want to be drawing in and worrying about how my style is different from the artist's style, and that it doesn't look as nice, or it doesn't look good, or it doesn't suit the illustration style. So I'm quite glad that a lot of artists have decided that they won't be doing that anymore. But yeah, I was quite disappointed to find that that title page wasn't there. That's the main reason I'm just gonna have a sip of my tea. That was the main reason I instantly ordered that book. So shall we do her hair? And I think I will go brown with her hair. I think I will use 23 as my darkest colour, and I will go for 24, and I think I'm just going to make it very brown and go for 21. So I'm going to use 3 browns. I'm just going to give them a quick sharpen just to make them a little bit, give them more of a point, because their hair is very fine. But yeah, so I was a little disappointed about that, but it's still a nice book, you know. The thing with that page, the title page, I've actually come to terms with it. I just would have liked to have done it again, but I'm not going to buy Enchanted Forest again, because, you know, there's no point. There's no point, especially when your old pictures show your growth. So I recently did Danny Button's scavenger hunt. I was tagged by my friend Emma Colours 2020 to do the extreme edition of her scavenger hunt, and wow, it was difficult, one, but it was really fun. So I instantly thought, oh God, I really want to do the other ones. So I went and looked back, and I've done her thirst one, the original one, which was a lot easier than the extreme one, but really fun still. And I have one more left to do, which was her second one, and I'm going to be hopefully doing that this week. I've really enjoyed doing those scavenger hunts. It's such a fun way to look through your books and see, oh, well, actually I could colour that, I could colour that. It gives you new ideas of things you didn't think to look for. So as you're looking through your books, you start to reevaluate your books a bit more and go, Actually, I'd love to colour that page, and it's really good for the books that have been lying dormant. So I've tried with those books to choose books that I haven't quite coloured in. I haven't coloured in yet, so it makes it just that little bit more fun, because I'm looking at books that I probably haven't taken off my shelf for a long time. But I've really enjoyed doing them. I think it's a really fun approach to a colouring tag, and I'm so glad that Danny came up with that idea, because it is fun, great fun. I really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed watching other people's scavenger hunt videos and seeing what they found, especially because we've all struggled with different things while we're doing, especially the extreme one, and I really struggled to find birch trees, but other people didn't struggle as much as I did to find them. But I found otters quite quickly where other people really struggled to find otters. So really fun thing to do. So if you do have a YouTube channel, and even if you don't have a YouTube channel but you wanted to have a little bit of take part in her scavenger hunt at home on your own, and see what you could come up with, I would definitely say give it a go. Really fun thing to do. And the first one didn't take me too long. The extreme edition took me quite a long time to find the pictures, but the really good fun, really good fun. What colour eyes does she have? Brown hair and blue eyes, brown hair and brown eyes, brown hair and green eyes. I haven't brought my brush in again, so I'm gonna have to just be really careful when I'm brushing away any dust. So I think I'll go green, and I think I'll use 48. I'm not gonna try and do any fancy gradients because her eyes are tiny. So I'll just give this a sharpen to make a better point for that little tiny spot. There we go. There's not much else I could have done. I can't really get much of a gradient in there. I could go a little bit darker on the bottom if I want to, but it's really not going to be too noticeable whether I do or not. So what should we do next on her? Let's do her shirt collar, and let's do that creaming with a little bit of white. So 69, which I already have out because I used it for her skin, and a white which needs sharpening. Maybe I should sharpen my pencils before these videos. What do you think? Maybe I should be more organised. So it's come to a new month. It's March, obviously, as you all know, but as you're all well aware. But I really have been blown away again by the support my colouring tag has had. So many people have joined my colouring tag. So many talented, beautiful artists. And it's been so nice to see. I've been so happy seeing all your pictures that you've coloured to take part in my tag. It's just awe-inspiring, and I love the variety of skill, of design, of kind of pictures that people have chosen. It's just really beautiful to see everyone's pictures, and it's meant the world to me to see the pictures that people have coloured. I've really enjoyed seeing them. So thank you so much if you've took the time over the last 2 months to join my tag. I will be making my end of the month tag within the next couple of days. I need to do my what I've coloured this month page video, and I need to do my video roundup of everything people coloured for my tag in the month of February. So that will be happening this week. It's quite surprising how long it takes to do the video for the end of the month video for the tag. It takes actually quite a long time, surprisingly. I didn't think it would. I think I might do her dress lemon. Yeah, I think I might do it lemon. So I'm going to get number 1, and I'm going to get 49, and I'm going to use white as well. I'm going to use white. Or should I use cream? No, white. So yeah, I've been really blown away by the support that you guys have absolutely shown me. It's been beautiful. So thank you so much. But those videos do take a long time. I have to sort of screenshot everyone's work and stuff. It takes more time than I thought they would, but I've really enjoyed doing it, and I've loved seeing everyone's pictures together. I really love watching those videos from people like, Kirsty Colour and Chat does them, and so does Effie, and I think Lavelia does hers as well. I've joined Lavelia's colour along a lot this month, since a lot actually this year. I'm really like focusing on trying to get colouring into books that I haven't touched, and which is difficult because I keep buying new books, but I am trying to look at the books that I've had a while and trying to add a bit of colour to them. And Lavelia's tag is brilliant. It was just Colour Your Hoard last year, I believe, but this year it's it changes with the month's name, so that she can see everyone's work, because I think she was struggling to see everybody's pages for the month. But yeah, I really love to see what people have done to join colour and tags, and the YouTubers that make them into videos. It makes it really fun. You get to see everyone's work together. I think Bright at Midnight has just done hers too, which I am looking forward to watching. I coloured for her tag, so I'm looking forward to sitting down and watching it. I love colouring tags, but I just don't have the time to do all the ones I want. What I tend to do is I either screenshot the tags that I want to participate in and then write them down, or I'll sit down once, you know, Nirma and Passionista, Colorista does her roundups of all the tags that they have found, and anyone else who also shares tags. I write them down, or in a little pad that I have, a little notepad that I use for my colouring, and I try my best to join as many as I can, but there just isn't enough time. I just don't have enough time to colour, and I'm just not fast enough to colour as many in as many tag pictures I want. But I really love joining tags. I think they make you maybe colour things you didn't think you were going to colour. So there's 2 ways I approach tags. Sometimes I'm just colouring a picture I'm colouring, and then I'll have a little look and see if it fits anybody's tag. I try not to tag too many tags on each picture, so 1 or 2, possibly 3 at the most. And I'll either do it that way, or I do have a notepad where I've written down the things, so I'll have a little look at what tag I'd like to take part in next, and then I'll find a picture based around that sometimes. But I am missing doing some tags that I really want to do because I just don't have the time. I really wanted to do Effie's tag this month because it was something you love, and I wanted to draw. I knew the picture I wanted to colour as well, and it was a picture of an elf girl reading, because her tag was about something you love. So I really wanted to do it, but I just ran out of time. The month ended before you could know it. I really wish I'd got time. There was another tag I really wanted to take part in, which was a tag that was inspired by a book. You know, it had to be a book character or straight from a book, like a literary style picture, and I really wanted to do that, and my time just ran out. It just ran out. Do any of you do that too? Like, there's so many tags and you want to take part in them all. Like, this is why I've had people like apologise because they haven't taken part in my tag. Please don't apologise for not. There's no pressure for you to take part in my tag anyway. And also, there are so many beautiful tags out there. It is difficult to take part in them all. And also, my tag is running all year. And if you can manage to take part once, then great. You don't have to take part every month. You don't have to do loads. just being here and chatting to me, that is all the support my tag needs, you know. It doesn't, if you can't manage to join my tag, please don't worry. It's okay, because I've had a few people apologise for not joining my tag. I think for the leaves on her dress, I think I'm going to use 46 and 44. They're a little bit different, but I'll see how it goes. Yeah, so please don't feel like, one, you have to join my tag, and then two, that you need to apologise to me if you haven't joined my tag, because at the end of the day, it's only a colouring tag and there is no pressure in colouring. I always think colouring should be the most gentle thing, and you shouldn't put any pressure on yourself. Please don't put any pressure on yourself. There's enough pressure in the world without putting pressure on yourself for my silly little tag, you know? If you take part, brilliant. If you don't, just as brilliant. You don't have to. You don't have to. So yeah, but then a big thank you to anyone who has taken part, and thank you to the people that decide to share my tag. That's really sweet of you. Quite a few people have shared my tag. A few people have done it every month, and that's really, really kind. It's really sweet. There's even been YouTubers that have shared my tag a few times, and it means absolutely the world to me that people would do that. They don't have to. There's no pressure to do that, so it means a lot to me that they would, that any of you would, and any of you would take part too. It means so much to me. So I've really been getting into the Netflix series You. I was recommended it by a few people actually, and I am addicted. I'm still on the first season. I think I'm getting near to the end of the first season. And me and my friend Becca have been talking about it quite a lot, and she's already watched it all. I haven't watched it all yet, but it's so strange how, I think his name's Joe. I think I'm going to say Joe. I think that's his name. How you get sucked into his way of thinking, you know, and you sort of are rooting for him. And it's really odd that you're like that, because really, he's not a good guy. He's not a good guy at all. He's an obsessive, scary person, you know. So I won't say too much about what happens in the show, but he is not a good person. But it's so odd how you start to root for him, and you think, oh no, I really hope this goes well for him. Oh, I think the girl's name is Bex, and you're like, oh, Bex, why don't you just stay with Joe? And it's really odd, because you should definitely dislike him. You should definitely dislike him. He's the guy from Gossip Girl. I can't think of the actor's name, but really, when I think about it, the character he played in Gossip Girl was very much this character too. Only Dan from Gossip Girl was seen in a very positive light. I'm gonna sneeze again, sorry. I don't know where all these sneezes are coming from. I'm gonna get 43 and carry on with 46 to do her flowers that she is holding. Yeah, so in Gossip Girl, he played what really was quite a controlling character, because, I mean, Gossip Girl's years old, so I think it's okay for me to say Dan turns out to be Gossip Girl, which was a bit crazy. They should have, I wish they'd decided that at the start of the series, because some things didn't really make sense. But he was manipulating people in that show too, so... But he was, I didn't really like Dan in Gossip Girl, but he was less unlikable in Gossip Girl, though I find myself liking Joe, and Joe is horrendous, really. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely say it is worth watching. It is really good. It really makes you realise how open we are to people manipulating us and, you know, hacking into our social media and private lives, and how easy it is for somebody to do that. It could make you quite paranoid, I suppose. But yeah, it's a really great show. I would recommend it. The people that recommended it to me, thank you so much, because a few people recommended it to me, and a few people, once they heard that I'd been recommended it, were like, no, you should definitely watch it, you're gonna love it. It's really good. It's like a psychological thriller, and if you like psychological thrillers, I think you'll definitely like this. I do like psychological thrillers very much, so definitely a good show. So her flowers that she's holding, it almost looks like she's picked them from this bunch here. So I think I'm going to colour those flowers the same as the ones up here, the leaves the same. So get my dark, which was number 46. So yeah, I've been enjoying watching that, and after listening to one of Emma Colours 2020's colouring chats, she mentioned the game Little Nightmares, which is a game I really like. She's playing the second one, and it made me go back to my Xbox and download the original one, which I own, and I never actually finished the game completely, so I've deleted it all and started again, and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you, Emma, for talking about Little Nightmares, because it is a really good game. It's very horror, it's quite scary in parts, but I really enjoy it. It's quite a grim sort of horrible game, really, you know, the theme of it. But yeah, thank you, Emma, for bringing that up, because it made me want to go and watch it again. I mean, play it, sorry, not watch it. And I'm probably going to get the second one when I've completed the first. Really fun game. So I've been still listening to Throne of Glass. I haven't completed it. I'm trying to like eke it out as much as I can, because I'm really enjoying it. It's a great book. I'm listening to it on Audible. I like to colour and listen to Audible sometimes. I tend to listen to things while I'm colouring, so music, YouTube, obviously Audible, like I just said, and I'm really enjoying it, and I found myself wanting to slow down a little so that I don't have to rush through it and miss anything. So I think I've like missed a bit of her skin here. I think her skin carries on down here, so I'm just going to colour a little bit of peach in there, so I know that that's her skin that I meant to have coloured in. So yeah, I've really enjoyed playing that game. It's really fun. I wasn't even talking about my game anymore, was I? I was talking about Throne of Glass. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The thing as well with the Audible of it is I don't usually enjoy American narrators. I do like some. If they suit the book, I like it. But there's somewhere it doesn't suit the book. It's the same with any accent though. If I have an audiobook and it's somebody from the UK but it doesn't suit the book, I struggle to listen to it. If the narrator doesn't suit the book, I do struggle. But yeah, the narrator is really good. I can't remember who narrates it, but I'm really enjoying it. But as I said, I'm trying to be slow with it because I don't want to finish it too soon because I'm enjoying it so much. It's so good. I really love books with strong female role models in them. I really do. So I've been enjoying that greatly, and I'm still reading The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon, which I'm really enjoying. It's the second in the Bone series books, and I'm really loving it. I've read it before, and I do love it so much. It's such a good book. Again, another one with a strong female lead, and I think that is so important. It's so important for us as women and for girls and even boys to read about strong female role models, because sometimes women aren't treated as equals, and they should always be treated as equals. Women are just as good as men in every way. So it's really important to see strong females within our media, you know, and within our books and our TV and everything. It is so important. And I see that it feels like the world is changing in that way, that women are being shown in a more strong, positive light, which is so lovely. Even things like women's sport is shown a lot more on TV than it used to be is so important. I'm not a huge sport lover. My daughter enjoys sport. My mum is a massive sports fan. She likes quite a lot of sports, and I think it's important that we are seeing females in sport. I think it's very important. So what colour shall I do the flower in her hair? Shall I do it? I'm feeling like orange. I feel like orange. Oh, I've missed out some leaves in her. Which one's the pale one? 43. I've missed some leaf ends. I wonder if you noticed that and you were like, ugh, Rosie, go back to it. So I think I'll do the bouquet lining, which I think it's polka dot. So yeah, I think I will do the flower thing in pink. So I need a pale pink, I think. I think pink. 11 and I think number 12 will work. Again, I'm sharpening. Next time, before I start one of these videos again, my next colour and chat, I will sharpen all my pencils ready, I promise. When I promise, it usually means it's probably not going to happen. I'll forget. And so yeah, I've really enjoyed seeing more female representation, you know, as strong women. It's great to see, you know, we all need to see women of strength shown on our televisions and within our media. It's so important. I should have thought about what colour I'm going to colour those flowers, because now I can't colour them pink. I can't really colour them yellow. I could do them purple or blue. This is going to be one of those pages where there's going to be an awful lot of colour on it. I've just realised I've not coloured the armband of her dress, so I'm just going to get the colours that I used for that. There we go. I think she's looking pretty. I think for this flower in her hair, I'm not sure whether to go orange, but I'm feeling pink right now, so I'm going to go pink. So I'm going to do the outside petals. I'm using number 12 and number 11, by the way, in case I haven't said. I'm such a fan of these Brutfuner Square. I'm such a fan of them. They've worked on every paper I've put them on so far. I've used Create Space, I've used textured paper, I've used more smooth paper. This Ivy paper's it's smooth really. It has got a little bit of tooth. But yeah, it is working really nice in here too. These pencils have surprised me no end. I love them so much. I really do. I'm such a fan of them right now. So there we go. What colour should I do the inner part of the flower? I think 61. Is 61 already out? No, 70 is out. 61. And I think I'm just going to block colour those little bits, because it would actually be quite nice if I coloured that bit in gel pen, to be honest. But I'm not going to. Yeah, I'll definitely sharpen my pencils before the next one of these videos. So we're homeschooling at the moment, which hopefully is, while I've enjoyed homeschooling my daughter at times, sometimes it's been difficult as well, I won't lie. She will be going back next Wednesday, so that's really good for her, you know. I can teach her what I can teach her, you know. I'm not a teacher, and you know, even a teacher in her school wouldn't be able to teach her every lesson that she has. So it's much better for her educationally that she would be at school with her teachers, and as well socially with her friends. I think children are really missing their friends, aren't they? You know, they're stuck at home, and children are very social creatures mostly, you know. So I'm so glad she is going back for herself and for me too. You know, we've been in each other's pockets for well over a year now, on and off. It's just been me and Sid, so it's going to do us both the world of good to not just be us two anymore, to be, you know, more people involved in our lives again, which is lovely. I think I'm going to do the flowers that she's holding orange. I'm not really sure how long I've been yattering away to you. I'm sorry if I'm going on and on and on and you're thinking, come on girl, you've been talking for hours. I think I'm going to do 5, 4 and 50 and see how they go. So yeah, again, I've got to sharpen them. I really apologise. I will definitely sharpen my pencils next time. So yeah, and the good thing about that is I've been hoping to do tutorials, and I haven't had time to sit and plan any. Like, there is some planning that needs to be involved in those kind of things, and now that Sydney is going back to school, I should be able to do that, because I have a few things that I would like to show you that I do, that how I colour, and I would like to do a couple of tutorials that have been asked of me. One of them will definitely be gold. One of my lovely subscribers who always chats to me, Cameron, has asked me quite a few times to do a gold tutorial, and I definitely will. I'll do it for you, sweetie. I'll do that. I was thinking of doing them as like a little metal series, really, so I don't know whether to... There was 2 ideas for it, really. One idea was I use one set of pencils and I colour use gold. Or my other idea was I come up with golds from different pencils, and then I'll do a video showing you different golds, and within that video I can also show you how I colour gold. So I was probably going to use like some of the more prevalent brands, like I'll use Prisma, because a lot of people do have Prisma. I don't have a huge supply of polychromos, so that would be difficult for me, but I would do Black Widow. I'll probably do Arteza, and I may try and do Brutfuner as well, because I'm loving these Brutfuner pencils. So what I thought I could do was I could try and come up with a gold, and then I will try and find the best likeness for that gold I can in each one of the sets I'm going to do it with. So I'm probably just going to do it with the sets that I have large sets of, which, as I said, are my Black Widows, my Brutfuner. I have the 120 set now, so that would be really good. The Arteza I have the 120 set of, and my Prismas. So I think that would be a nice variety, because in there would be an oil pencil, which would be the Brutfuner, and there would be the soft wax pencil, which are the Prisma, and then the Arteza would be my budget, and so would Black Widow, really. But as Emma pointed out in one of her videos, Black Widow really aren't budget pencils. They might feel like they're budget pencils when you're buying the small sets, but once you've bought all of them, you've paid a lot more than you paid for a full set of Prismas. I'm really sure that that's the truth. So while they are termed as budget pencils, they probably aren't once you've bought the entire set. You know, you have got more pencils than Prisma at the end if you have all the sets, but I still believe they aren't really budget pencils. They're a lot more expensive than Arteza. So within that, I will have a very budget pencil, which would be my Brutfuner, and then I would have a sort of mid-range budget, which would be my Arteza. Then I'd have the Black Widows, and then I'd have the Prisma, which would be my more luxury pencils. I do have a few little luminance and stuff, but I don't have enough to warrant using them to make a video. So yeah, I do it like that. I do gold, and then I try and come up with silvers, a silver. So I was thinking of just doing, you know, one gold, you know, between the different pencil sets. So instead of finding, you know, a very orangey gold, a yellow gold, different golds, I would just find one gold that I would try and get throughout the sets, and then I would try and get a silver, and then a copper maybe, and a bronze. So, and I could show you how I'm going to colour with those metals as well. So what do you think? Do you think that would be a good idea? Because that is my idea for one of my first sort of tutorials, and I'm really excited to do also like a skin tone tutorial, but only with the Black Widow skin tone sets, which that is something I've been planning for quite a long time, but just haven't had the time to put the planning to like sit down and actually come up with the colour combinations, because of homeschooling. It does take up a lot of your time really. So I'm liking the way that looks. Maybe this week I should leave it there, I don't know. I think I might colour this heart, and I might do it pink, like the flower in her hair. So yeah, I think I'll do it pink. So yeah, I do have quite a few plans for the channel, and one of my plans is to, you know, do a little sort of series of using new things in colouring books with you. Somebody had sort of mentioned this to me a little while back, that would be really fun to see me use new things, which the Scrawler Box videos do showcase to me using something new. But I have a lot of plans to use, you know, budget things and things that you maybe wouldn't think of using in your colouring books. I do have some plans for that to do soon. So yeah, I really enjoyed my Scrawler Box video, my last one, because it was watercolour. It was the first time I watercoloured, which was nice. I really enjoyed that, really did. And in one of my colouring chats as well, I was talking about how I didn't have any Momo Girl books, and I had actually missed the Colour in Heaven Momo Girl one. I wasn't a subscriber when that one was out, and it was one that sold out very quickly. One of my wonderful friends, she kindly sent me a copy of it. She had 2 copies, and she kindly sent me a copy of the Colour in Heaven Momo Girl book, and I am beyond thankful. What a sweet thing to do. I kept seeing it, there's a copy of it going around on eBay at the moment, but someone's charging like £30 for it, and that's just the starting bid, and I think that's silly. I think that's very high, but then it is one that's hard to get hold of, so if people are willing to pay that, then why not take people up on that offer? So this week I'm just going to have a little sip of my tea. So I think it's a good idea to sort of, I don't really know how long I've been keeping you. I'm thinking of getting a little clock or something so I can sort of watch the time, so I'm not with you for too long and keeping you too long. But if you'd let me know whether these videos are too long, too short, or whatever, that would be really good. I'd love to know that. So there we go. That is my Ivy that I've started so far. I'm pretty pleased with her. She looks cute. The page looks nice. I'm pleased with the orange flowers. The Brutfuner are working really nicely on this paper. So yeah, next week I think I'll probably, I might do this sort of frame. There's like a frame going around. I might try and do that with you. Yeah, so to end the video, I would like to share a favourite with you, as I have been doing in my videos. And this week I thought, Oh, by the way, I've really loved it when you share your favourites with me, by the way. I really enjoy it. My favourite this week is going to be my favourite colours. I have more than one favourite colour. It would not surprise any of you to know that purple is one of my favourite colours, because I tend to colour a lot with purple, and on Instagram and on here I send purple hearts out to people because I love purple. And then my other favourite colours are green, but more true greens. So less these minty greens, more these olivey and dark greens. I do like these lime greens quite a lot as well, but more the darker, more natural greens. And my other favourite colour, so I have three favourite colours really, is pinks, and in particular the more darker pinks. Not really a baby pink lover, but yeah, the darker pinks I really enjoy. I don't mind if they're bright or if they're more subdued. With the purples, I tend to like the very dark purples and the more plummy purples too. So yeah. And my daughter's favourite colours are orange and yellow. She is sunshiny all the way. So yeah, let me know what your favourite colours are, or just colour. Maybe you just like one colour. So let me know. That'd be nice to know. So I hope I didn't keep you too long. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know whether you like the idea of me colouring this page completely with you. I won't touch it until next week. The only thing I might do in between videos is if I'm colouring like a large area. This page isn't so bad, but if I'm colouring something there's loads of, like if there was just tons and tons of the same coloured leaf, maybe I would colour that in between videos. So maybe I'd like, say if there were lots of these, say if I thought there were too many, I'd colour a couple of them with you, and then maybe next time I would in between colour these rest of them in for you, so you don't have to watch me colour so many of them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking time out from your day to listen to me waffle on and watch me colour. I really do enjoy it. It means a lot to me. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. I'm just going to finish these droplets in pink because I don't want to lose what colour I was using, so I will do that in between the video, but there's hardly any to do, so it was not too bad. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Happy colouring, whatever you're colouring. Bye!